It's been now almost 2 weeks since a man was nearly beaten to death at his Swiss Avenue apartment in Dallas. And while police try to find the attacker, his loved ones hope somebody who knows something about this gives investigators the tip they need. Fox 4's Calvert Collins is at the Dallas Police Department with more tonight on this beating investigation. Calvert, what can you tell us?
Well, Heather, 25-year-old Brian Bradford is still in the intensive care unit in a medically induced coma. His family hopes that he will make a full recovery, but more immediately, they hope police will find the person or people who nearly took his life.
He was just unrecognizable.
When Edwin Bradford saw his 25-year-old son Brian lying in his hospital bed on June 30th, he didn't believe it was the same person.
He was just swollen and beaten and bruised. His eyes were beaten so bad they were closed shut.
Doctors had to remove part of Brian's skull to let his brain swell so as not to cause any more damage. Earlier that day, his fiancée, Anne Marie, found him unconscious on their patio. The bloodstain still shows where he was left to die, locked out of their Swiss Avenue apartment. Investigators told the Bradford family there was no forced entry, nothing was stolen, yet there was a shotgun on the couch inside.
I heard absolutely nothing, which was a weird thing.
The man who lives above Bradford's apartment was awake at midnight, around the time police believe the assault happened. 3 days before, Bradford's truck was stolen from the gated garage 10 feet from his front door. Police found it a week later. So it's understandable why neighbors suspect.
I think whoever did whatever to this guy knows him very well.
Doesn't make me feel comfortable at all.
Bradford worked as a fourth-year apprentice plumber on the new Parkland Hospital expansion and planned to get married November 2nd. None of his 7 siblings or co-workers think he had any enemies who would do him harm.
And nobody can seem to think of anybody that might have done this, for any reason. It's just a senseless crime.
So he begs for the attacker to come forward.
You need to come forward and just turn yourself in.
Now, Dallas police have told the Bradford family that they have gotten leads about this attack over the last 10 days, but none of them, at least at this point, Heather, have turned into any arrests or identifying any persons of interest. But there is still a $5,000 reward through Crime Stoppers for any information leading to an arrest.
All right, so then perhaps that money will make somebody come forward. But, it's interesting. You hear the family and friends say, we can't imagine somebody doing this. Police, do they think Bradford may have been targeted?
Well, obviously with no forced entry, that certainly leads to the assumption or the speculation that he might have let Brian Bradford let his attacker in, but police aren't connecting those dots just yet, but they think there are just too many signs, no robbery, nothing else taken, that it seems like a very targeted attack, obviously given that his car was stolen. So they're not going out on that limb yet, but they're also not ruling it out.
Well, yeah, and like the one guy said, whoever did this knows him really well. All right, Calvert Collins, thanks much.